Welcome to the University of Marriage podcast, where Apostle Folorunso Alakija answers your most pressing questions on love, commitment, and navigating marital vows.
The best place to start, really, is while you're dating. Once you see that the two of you are getting serious, it's a time to set boundaries and talk about it. Talk about those boundaries. Those boundaries need to be mutually agreeable. What you're going to allow outsiders, relatives, friends, pastors to do or say, and how far they can go within your home in terms of butting into your affairs. And boundaries also with children. This is how we're going to raise up our children. All of those things need to be talked about while you're dating. And once you're into the marriage, you have to let all parties know, especially the parents. Each spouse have to speak to their own parents and let them know that this is the way we want to run our home, and say it to them respectfully. And mothers need to know their place. Fathers need to know their place. And they shouldn't step beyond those boundaries so that it doesn't cause problems within the family and doesn't rock any boats. Yes, the way their parents ruled and reigned in their homes doesn't have anything to do with yours. So there's no need for comparisons. It's not about that. It's about what you guys as a couple have agreed that you want to live your lives. And they have to respect you for it by honoring those requests. And I'm sure that when it's said and done politely, people will know their boundaries and they won't be overstepping those boundaries. This is what they want. Okay, this is how we'll play it. Parents have to be respected. And spouses have to know that this is the place of my mother in this home and in your heart. Same thing about my father, and same thing about your parents too. So it needs to be mutually agreeable. And I'm sure that once those boundaries have been set and everybody knows the rule of the game within that home, things should be fine. It's all about talking about it, letting everybody know where they are in each other's hearts. My mother's my mother. My husband is my husband. My wife is my wife. And so on and so forth. And everybody will respect everybody for that. And also, the love that you have for your mother is different from the love that you have for your wife. The love you have for your husband is different from the love you have for your father. And all that needs to be talked about and spelt out, and nobody's stepping on anybody's toes. And once there's mutual understanding, I don't believe that there'll be problems. And so much for parents. Such rules have to apply to friends as well, so that friends are not influencing a marriage. You have to let your friends know how far they can go in your marriage. If you're allowing them to teach you things that you don't want to be taught about because it doesn't pay you to listen to them, then shrug off your ears. Let them know that, please, that's enough. Thank you for your information, for your advice. Whether you take the advice or not, that's another thing. But let them know how far they can go. And I don't think that you should allow outsiders to influence whatever you do in your home and how you do it. I don't think it's fair because there are no two marriages that are the same. So if any one of your friends are having problems within their marriage, that doesn't mean that they should bring it into your marriage, because no two people are exactly the same. And no two couples are exactly the same. So nobody can say, in my house, I can't take that. So why are you taking that? Excuse me, stop there. So ideally, what you should do is anything that you need to discuss, you and your spouse should discuss it. And limit, and I reiterate, limit what you tell others that are not your spouse. I'm sure that will help you. While they're dating, I believe that the children would have met the new wife to be. She would have been introduced to the children, and the husband to be should have explained a lot of things, questions that may be popping up in their hearts. And it's his duty to sit his children from his former marriage down and let them know that this is going to be their new mother. Yes, not their biological mother, but that they should cooperate with her. And that he is certain that if they cooperate with her, they'll see the mother figure in her, because she's willing to take them on as her, like her own biological children. Talking, communicating, explaining, interacting with one another helps a great deal, especially before they get married, before you get married. I'm sure your wife-to-be will know that your children are very dear to you. And because they're very dear to you, she too would need to draw them to her side, not to see her as an outsider or an intruder or a parasite or whatever other people may want to call such a new bride in the home, but to let them know that yes, it's a new beginning, and it's however they play the game that would determine what would happen. And it's always best with those talks so that everybody knows the mind of everybody else, so that there'll be no animosity and no grudges, to the extent that with time, the children won't be running to their father. They'll be running to their stepmother and be accepting her as their mother. That's what I think. I hope today's conversation has been a blessing to you. Remember, marriage is a journey of commitment, love, and faith. Join me every Saturday for new episodes where I'll continue answering your most important questions. Please don't forget to send your questions to the information display on the screen. Thanks for watching. See you next Saturday.